All right, we're back. Welcome back to Bayou Time. I'm Martin Falls, joined now, as always, by Trooper Ross Brennan. He is also the Public Information Officer at Troop C. And Trooper Brennan, good to see you again.
Yep, thanks for having us back on.
Happy holidays.
Same to you.
And I hope y'all have some nice, quiet, happy holidays.
You say quiet now. So
All right, so let's talk. We've been doing an autism show on HTV for quite some time. I've learned a lot about autism, a lot of different levels in the spectrum of autism, some high functioning, as far as autism. But y'all are getting involved in a certain way. Let me give you the floor because this is interesting. When I saw this, I went,
yeah.
Wow, I would have never thought that.
Yeah, so this is something that's been in the works for a while. So the Office of Motor Vehicles is implementing this decal that you can place on the back of your vehicle to let potential law enforcement or other first responders know that the driver or occupant inside the vehicle has special needs, and whether that is autism or other type of physical disability, whether that's mental or maybe a missing limb or somebody who's handicapped as that. And basically what you can do is you request it through the OMV. Not in addition to a decal on your vehicle, they can also put a emblem on your license or your ID as well. And like you said, there's multiple different levels of people with these special needs, and we just want to accommodate everybody best that we can. So maybe allowing a law enforcement officer or a first responder knowing kind of the situation that they're about to get into, it might help ease the tensions for everybody involved. You might have somebody with autism who's nonverbal, and if you don't know that, then you potentially have a situation where you think somebody's not wanting to communicate with you. But now here, you'll know a little bit ahead of time what's happening.
Or some people with autism, they'll tend to slur their words or they won't talk as distinctly, and that might give the trooper or the arresting officer a look into maybe they're intoxicated, but they're really not.
Correct. And look, we've actually have innovative training that we've started doing where we're teaching troopers how to handle somebody with whether autism or other type of mental needs and stuff like that. So we're already ahead of the game a little bit, training to troopers and such. But this is just another step to that puzzle to be able to be a smooth operation on the side of the road if somebody was to get stopped. Basically, it's in addition to this decal on your license, you can also get something added to your vehicle's registration as well. Now, there are some proper documents that you need if you go to apply at the Department of Motor Vehicles to get this. You need a statement from a doctor who's licensed in Louisiana, basically verifying that that person has that diagnosis for that matter. And so basically you go there with that paperwork and you can get that assigned. And if you would like it removed at any point, you can get that removed as well.
Yeah, so and that's a good point. So you get all the documentation done. And that, as a trooper, you would know this. Y'all are so trained when you're approaching a vehicle to look for all of the indicators and trying to figure out what you're coming up against. But doesn't that decal just really sort of give you a big red alert?
For sure, definitely. I mean, that's one of the first things that we'll see. I mean, if in addition to the license plate on the back of the vehicle, we'll see this bright decal. Now, there's some, whether sheriff's departments or police departments, I've seen other ones around the state implement their own type of program, but this is something that they're rolling out statewide for everybody. So in addition to state police, also your sheriff's office, your police departments will know about this. So it'll definitely be a great tool. But if you are a parent of a person who would have this decal, just have a conversation with them if you can about if they do get pulled over, what to do. First off, make sure that they pull over on the side of the road in a safe area, whether that's a parking lot or on a shoulder. If they don't feel like it's a safe area, just have them put their flashers on, slow down. At least lets the police officer behind them know that they at least see them and they know what's, recognize that there's a police officer with their lights and stuff on behind them. Also, every department's a little bit different. State police will have you step out of the vehicle to do the traffic stop, but there's some police departments and sheriffs where they'll actually walk up to the vehicle and talk to the driver there. So it's best just to have that driver roll those windows down and just listen for those instructions from that officer to see whether to stay in the vehicle or to get out. And if at any point they might feel like it's not safe and they don't really know if it's a real police officer or not, they can always call 911, give their location, and let the dispatcher know what's going on. That way they can communicate with whether us or the SO or the PD, and we can try to figure out if it's a real police officer stopping them and stuff like that.
And just real quick, autistic people sometimes are very disturbed by sound and sirens and everything. This also lets the trooper know that when they come upon it, maybe cut the lights or cut the sirens. Are y'all allowed to do that?
Great. I mean, if it's an emergency situation, we are trying to get some places. We have to let all the motorists know on the road, right? If we're responding to a serious incident. But yeah, as you said, it might be whether the flashing lights or the sirens or something like that. So these are all just good tools that we can have to let us know who might be behind the wheel before we actually introduce ourselves to them.
Yeah. Now, once again, how can parents get involved? How do they get the decal again, and how does that work?
So you can do the Office Motor Vehicles, so your local DMV, whether you're the parent of a child inside the vehicle with you, or if you are the driver yourself, just make sure you have those proper documents. Like we said, a statement from a doctor who's licensed in Louisiana, and that seems to be all that you need to be able to go get that information added to your car's registration, your license, and also get this decal.
So your regular primary doctor can write a little note,
Yes, sir.
and you're good to go.
Yes, sir.
That's good information. I'm glad y'all doing that, because that just shows y'all on the progressive end trying to figure out a lot of different things, because certainly if you stop an autistic person, you could get a different reading. So it indicates
Correct.
pretty vividly what y'all are going up against. Great job.
Yes,
We
sir.
appreciate you as always.
Thank you.
And be safe during the holidays.
Y'all too. Thank y'all.
All right. There you have it. Once again, Trooper Ross Brennan, and we appreciate him coming by. And once again, this is for autistic drivers or passengers for that matter. Just make sure at the DMV you ask about the sticker, and you'll need a doctor's permission slip, and then you should be good to go. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back with a lot more right here on Bayou Time.